1689, the English jury made an amendment to their constitution, stating that cruel and unusual punishment and excessive bail was unnecessary and forbidden. This amendment was introduced to the English to prevent cases like Titus Oates from happening again. Titus Oates committed a series of lies which resulted in the death of many innocent people. When they discovered that Oates was actually lying, they sentenced him to a series of punishments that included being dragged behind a cart in a public whipping twice a week. This was England's first step in creating and enforcing more humane and less torturous ways of punishment. America admired this progressive step forward, so the United States adopted an almost identical amendment to the first draft of the Bill of Rights in 1791.
A recent and very controversial court case involving the Eighth Amendment was the Roper v. Simmons case in 2004. Simmons planned and committed capital murder before he was a legal adult. He was caught, and they tried him after his 18th birthday, and he was sentenced to death. The argument was whether or not minors should be sentenced to death when the crime they committed was before they turned 18. The jury ruled that it was cruel and unusual to execute a minor. The United States has a long history of executing people who committed capital crime when they were minors, but enforcing the death penalty when they were much older. The jury decided that the killing of people who committed a crime when they were minors is cruel and unusual because the juvenile brain is still underdeveloped and the line between right and wrong is still a little fuzzy. The main argument over this court case was, is it considered cruel and unusual punishment to execute a juvenile? The jury ruled yes, it is. Here are a few slides going into more detail about the court case. Despite the fact that the Eighth Amendment prevents cruel and unusual punishment, America allows the death penalty. Is the death penalty cruel and unusual? The United States is currently one of the only few countries that allows the death penalty at all, and is still being debated on if it is constitutional or not. Is the death penalty considered the easy way out? Some say it is. They say because the people who committed the crimes deserve to be punished for what they did, and although being put to death would take them away from family and loved ones, life in prison would do a much better job of teaching the mind a lesson and making sure the convict knows what he did was wrong and the severity of it.
Non-violence, except it is still underway of completely removing the death penalty as the rest of the world. We as a pair decided that we are against the death penalty and we think it is unconstitutional. We decided that no one deserves to be put to death. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope this video gave you a bit more insight to the Eighth Amendment.